Hi, folks. Welcome to Crisco's Corner. Hi, all you thought criminals and extremists. Welcome back. And those of you that are new, welcome. From the Daily Mail. Well, poor Liz Cheney. What are you going to do? Yeah, poor Liz. Liz Cheney blames 37-point primary loss on Trump and says she's thinking about running for president. You have to be delusional. President of what? The local city council? Which I was at one time in the early 2000s. That's it. You're done. And you should be done. Accuses Donald of lying about Mar-a-Lago raid, slams Republicans, and says nation is facing its biggest challenge since the Civil War. And I believe this is the fourth turning, but that's just me. If you want to look up fourth turning in a DuckDuckGo search. And she's thinking about running for president. Let's go through the article here. It's sad and funny at the same time. Liz Cheney attacked Donald Trump. No. And her Republican colleagues have said she's considering running for president in 2024 in her first interview on Wednesday morning, just hours after losing the primary by 37 points. Incumbent Republican in Wyoming. Think about that for a minute. Defeated GOP representative said the U.S. is facing its biggest challenge since the Civil War and said she would do whatever it takes to keep the former president out of the White House in her appearance with Savannah. It's amazing to me. It really is. And then MSNBC's Today Show, no less. So she'll do her tour of the progressive, leftist, Democrat-owned mainstream media, and she'll be their useful idiot for a while until they don't need her anymore. The three-term Congresswoman from Wyoming's at-large district placed the blame for a 37.4 loss Tuesday solely on former President Trump, who backed lawyer Harriet Hagman. Solely on Trump. No, it wasn't your narcissistic views. It wasn't the fact that you are absolutely clueless when it comes to the state you represent, because in Wyoming there's only one Congress member, so it's a at-large statewide office, the same as a senator, basically, as far as elections go. It wasn't the fact you're out of touch with everyday people. And it wasn't, in fact, you were out of touch with your own party. I mean, if there's rhinos. I mean, that's a relative thing, but you voted for all kinds of gun control and God knows everything else. It's amazing to me. That's one of the flukes. Usually it's the progressives and the Democrats that are so self-unaware, but maybe it's just narcissists in general. She refused to accept any suggestions that her focus turned away from issues important to Wyomingites and her mission to dethrone Trump. Cheney's just one of two Republicans in the House Select Committee attempting to peg the Capitol attack on Trump, even though deep red Wyoming was the state with the largest population cast their ballots for Trump. It's a percent. I believe West Virginia is the second highest percent for Trump. There are some things that have to be above politics. I mean, like your gigantic ego? What is it, a Napoleon complex? The short people have all these huge egos? Well, Cheney won her last primary by 73 points. She's now paying the price for turning against Trump. It's not that she disagreed with Trump. You can even disagree with him about the rally. He never called for violence. He never called for a riot, so that's BS. But you can go against the way he acts, some of his policies, some of the things he says, the way he carries himself, without being a dick about it, without being a total ass about it. You can't talk to people privately. You can't suggest to the president, please, it might be better if you act this way or that way, or maybe this policy change. No, can't do that, because he's a threat to the neocon warmongers and the Democrat warmongers, because war is money. Trump, which also led the Wyoming GOP censoring her and House Republicans booting her from their conference chairwoman post. Trump had no say over any of that. No say over the GOP censoring her, and no sway over the House Republicans booting her from her chairwoman post. She only earned 28.9. Cheney's next steps will be focused on keeping Donald Trump out of the White House. And there you have it. There you have it. That's going to be her focus. That's going to be her way to get back in the limelight, to feed her ego. which might include a run of her own in an aim to attract anti-MAGA Republicans. Congressmember Cheney, please, I pray to you, I pray, please run for president. Please run for president. That would be so much fun. I believe that, I do my PBS voice now, I'm sorry. I believe that Donald Trump continues to pose a very grave threat and risk to our republic. Oh. Yeah. You're full of crap. A threat to our republic. What's a threat to our republic? There's a lot of things, but it certainly isn't that. I know there are millions and millions of Americans across the country, again, regardless of their party affiliation, who know there's something more important than partisan politics. That's actually true, but not the way she's saying it. We have to stand together if you want to defend this republic. Yeah, from blood-sucking trillions of dollars out of it like your dad did, the warmonger. That reminds me of a funny stat that I saw, and I looked it up, and it's true. Her father was former Vice President Dick Cheney under Bush. He shot a friend of his by accident while they were hunting. And after that hunting action, is shooting his friend in the front of his body, his poll numbers were actually better than Biden's are now. I'm not going to make an announcement here this morning. Oh, please run for it. I'll even contribute. I'll even contribute if you run, just for the comical effect. And there she is. She conceded. Is it just me, or does she just look a little tired? Well, let's take a look at another quick article here from Breitbart. Kinzinger, Liz Cheney will chase Donald Trump to the gates of hell. Yeah, give me a break. Kinzinger, he's another one. He goes against Trump, goes on the J6 committee, basically that they're token Republican with Cheney. So how do they reward him? They line out his district and made it very, very strong in Illinois from a Republican district to a heavy Democrat district. That's his reward for screwing over his own people and his own president. And he still continued after they screwed him. Representative Kinzinger Tuesday on MSNBC's Alex Wagner Tonight declared that Liz Cheney will chase former President Donald Trump to the gates of hell. Wagner asked, I'll ask you, as one of the few people who's been going through this with her as members of the same party, what has it been like being on the committee with Liz Cheney? Has there been any camaraderie, gallows humor, as well as that relationship like between you and her? It's been pretty amazing. Yeah, it's amazing, all right. That's why they looked. You ever see those guys at some of the committee? I watched some of it. I mean, I had to do it. I know it's probably caused me brain damage. They're some of the most happiest people I've ever seen. This committee just outside of Liz and I, this is like probably never happened in history. It will never happen again. Moron. You gave them the illusion or the delusion that this was a bipartisan committee, a fact-finding committee. You two guys were useful idiots. The committee is focused on getting to the truth. That's I'm not going to say it right out. That's absolute, I'm not going to say the word, BS. Getting to the answers, getting done what needs to be done. What a crock of crap. We thank Kevin McCarthy for pulling his members. It's made it a lot easier for us to get to the truth. That's a lie. That's a lie. When the committee was put together, Pelosi threw off the Republicans except for these two. He added, but look, with Liz, look, and I feel the same way. If I went back 20 months and made a decision when I'm going to impeach Trump, I wouldn't have done it in a heartbeat, and Liz feels the same way, or she would have. End your career on purpose, and I would just do it again. That's what morons these people are. So what's going to be Kinzinger's claim to fame? What's he going to do? Run a Walmart somewhere, or maybe be a life insurance salesman? We'll have to see. Cheney, of course, family is incredibly wealthy and rich. Most of it made off the misery of others, i.e. war. She'll be fine. She'll get a little run on some TV as a useful moron Republican that the progressive left media can see. Even his own people hate Trump. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Follow him, chase him to the gates of hell. Well, you're already at the gates of hell and Trump's not there. He beat you up. And you deserved it. It's not what you did, it's the way you did it. And now you're going to cash it in for the next 10 years. God knows where you'll end up on some think tank or talk show or MSNBC. Who the hell knows? Nor does anybody care. Bye-bye, Lizzy. Until the next time, goodbye and good luck.